All right, so I want to share with you something really special. Right now I'm in my office building and I'm going to share with you exactly what I plan on doing, because this is the video I've been promising you guys and gals once I reach my subscriber goal, which I just hit. So this is the video I've been wanting to release for some time. And I also want to share with you something special that I plan on doing right now, actually. So let's take a look at where I'm going to be expanding to. And it's going to be for the purposes of serving you guys and gals in a better and more expedient fashion, okay? So let's take a look here. This is the new upgraded space. It's going to be my additional space I'm going to be moving into in the next week or so. And so the only thing that makes me nervous about this is that there's a huge window space. Now, why does that make me nervous? Because this is my upgraded space for doing my YouTube videos. All right, so this is the video that I promised that I was going to drop for you the second that I got to my YouTube subscriber goal, which I finally surpassed. So thanks to you and your support, I'm there. And so I wanted to share with you this video on how I was able to bring my channel from nothing to where it is now in the shortest amount of time possible, how you can potentially do the same thing, but most importantly, where I learned all this from. And it's not who you think. It's not from one of those online YouTube gurus or somebody selling a course. It's actually a young lady who's roughly around 1 million subscribers right now. And she shot a personal video for me showing me exactly how to create these YouTube videos, how to build a channel from scratch, and how to make a lot of money using YouTube. So what I wanted to share with you is exactly how this whole thing works, what some of the rules are as far as YouTube videos, and how you could potentially make a fortune with your own YouTube video channel as well. So let's get into it. Okay, so you saw that little intro that I play in most of my videos, right? And so there's a reason I play that. It's because the woman that I met that shared with me exactly how to build a YouTube channel from scratch showed me and recommended that I do that in front of every single video. I don't do it in front of every video. I do it in front of most of my videos. I may or may not be doing away with it. I don't know. What do you guys think in the comments, whether or not I should continue on with that little intro part or not? But I was thinking over time, I'm probably going to be getting rid of it. But it was the woman who showed me everything that I know about YouTube that told me to do the intro, okay? So who is this woman that I met? Her name is Noelle Randall. She's got roughly about 1 million subscribers right now. When I met her, she had 250,000 subscribers. And that was about 4 years ago. And so she's definitely exploded as far as her channel goes. And so what she was able to do when I met her was shoot a video for me that I took on my iPhone, and she shared with me exactly what the layout of every YouTube video should be. And so that's one of the things I wanted to share with you for the first and only time, is this video that she shot showing exactly how a successful YouTube video goes. Now, just before I show you the video, I want to share with you kind of how I met her, you know, the circumstances that I met her. And that way you can realize just how powerful and amazing and valuable this video is I'm about to share with you. So I met Noelle when I was part of Russell Brunson's ClickFunnels Inner Circle group, which costs $50,000 a year to be part of. You have to win the ClickFunnels award to be able to be invited to pay, you know, to have the honor to pay that kind of money. And I found, quite honestly, that it was probably one of the biggest wastes of $50,000 I've ever had in my life. I probably would have preferred to have purchased a car rather than 50 grand in Inner Circle. However, that's neither here nor there. The biggest benefit I ever got from that Inner Circle group was meeting Noelle. So we had our multi-day breakout sessions in the Inner Circle. And then there was something called an aftermind, where you can choose to stay an extra day to decompress, to, you know, go ahead and fraternize with fellow Inner Circle cohorts, or whatever you want to do in the final day. You can literally sleep in your hotel room if you want to. It's the final day. But it allows you to kind of decompress and you know, maybe go through your notes and so forth. And so it was during this aftermind that I met Noelle. She was sitting at a table, and I noticed that she just had such a beaming, glowing kind of vibe, personality about her. So I was immediately attracted to her. So I sat down at the table she was at, and so she told me everything that she does with YouTube. In fact, she says, "Do you have a YouTube channel?" I'm like, "Well, I kind of do, but not really." She's like, "You should really build up your YouTube channel." And I'm like, "Okay." So she shared with me her secrets on exactly how to build a YouTube channel from scratch. Now, again, this is somebody who has about 1 million subscribers right now, so she must know something about what she's doing, right? So this is a prelim of the video I'm about to share with you. So she basically sat me down and said, hey, this is how you do it. And I'm like, well, can you tell me what the schematic or the layout of a video looks like? Like, what am I saying to these people? What am I sharing? What am I teaching people? And she's like, okay, why don't you roll your camera, turn it on, start recording, and I will do kind of a dummy schematic of what a video looks like, what kind of information you should provide. And, you know, this is kind of how I do all my videos. And so I'm like, okay. And so what I'm going to share with you next is the actual video that she did for me, and showing me exactly what the schematic of or the layout of a video is supposed to look like. And then that way, when you want to build your own YouTube video channel, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars on gurus to help you out when you just have this video, and this is basically all you need. In fact, this is what I used to build my YouTube channel to where it is now and still growing. I have a lot more subscribers to get, a lot more views to get. I'm still growing with the process, but I was able to grow very, very quickly, and it's because of this video. So let me roll that video for you.
All right.
Okay, action.
Okay, action. How to get the best phone system for your business for less than $100. Did you know that I own a phone company and I've helped thousands of entrepreneurs get a phone system, and some of them for less than $100? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how to get that phone system for less than $100 so that you can get started on your business today or whatever your blah, blah, blah. All right, let's go. Then it's going to play the little trailer, your little sizzle reel. That's only 15 seconds. Then when you come back, you're going to give your content hook. So you're going to be like, in this video, like I said, I'm going to share with you the 3 best ways to get your phone system for blah, blah, blah. I'm going to give you the exact 3-step process to find the best companies for sex, blah, blah, blah. And then last but not least, I'm going to give you my biggest secret on how to save thousands of dollars on blah, blah, blah. That's your hooks. Then you go into the content. The content should always start with the why. Okay, so I don't just get into the content. I'm going to start with phone systems, or explaining what phone systems are, or what the best phone systems are, or how the phone system business works, you know what I mean? And then get into the steps.
How long is that video?
8 to 12 minutes max.
Seriously.
Okay.
Nice.
And then how do you end it?
Thank you so much.
Go through your content and then you just end it, like with your call to action. All right, so in this video, I actually don't say I finished the video or anything like that. You're just like, all right, so I made this incredible book for you, or I have this incredible download for you that I've made, or I shared so much today. Do you want a little cheat sheet that has all of it? Go to Noel's free gift. Go to Ben's free gift. Go to Marie's free gift. Go, you know, or you want my book? I have a whole book where I teach all of this with all of the steps, all of the templates, blah, blah, blah. Go get my book at blah, blah, blah. And then that's it. Brilliant.
I later made the mistake of spending $15,000 with this other dude. He was also part of the inner circle with Russell Brunson. His name is Daryl somebody or another, and he has a YouTube video book out there on Amazon. And so I spent $15,000 for his channel jumpstart course, mentorship, whatever it is. And I learned more from Noelle in that one session sitting with her and the video I just shared with you than I did in the $15,000 program I got through Daryl, okay? So you have to be careful with what you're spending money on, and sometimes what you think that you're going to be educating yourself on isn't really education at all, because believe it or not, there's so many people here on YouTube that can offer you tips, advice, information about how to start a profitable YouTube channel. You don't have to spend $15,000 or $50,000 to learn how to do this business, okay? Here's the secrets that I got from Noelle. The first one is, she says to try to do batches, okay? So batches of videos, meaning that you do, and I can't really do this, I'm sorry. This is one of the rules that I had to break, because my ability to be able to have that much energy to do batches of videos at one time is just not there. I could usually do 2, maybe maximum 3 videos in one day. But most of the time, I have to do 1 video a day. That's typically how I try to do it. So that's my rule. She likes to do batches. She says she'll take a whole day out of the month. She'll rent an Airbnb somewhere, and she'll have a video guy, and he comes out with her, and they have the Airbnb, and they do a whole batch of videos for the month. I can't do that because my energy is just not there. So that's good for her. That may work for you. It doesn't work for me. So that's the first rule that I broke. Second rule is that you should probably have solid color shirts on. Clearly, I broke that rule. I break that rule all the time. These rules are not steadfast. They are meant to be broken if your personality chooses to break these rules, obviously. But for me, you know, I decided, well, sometimes I like to have a different color shirt on. I don't like to just wear white all the time or black all the time or these other solid colors all the time. So you can choose. Now, I do have a rule about the shirt. It does have to be clean, and it probably shouldn't be wrinkled. There's somebody that I saw that was doing a YouTube channel, and he had these wrinkled ass shirts, and I'm like, dude, you can take the shirt out of the dryer earlier than just leaving it there all night after the dryer is done. But whatever, if that's how you want to do it, then you do you, man. Okay. So for me, I like my shirts to be clean and somewhat looking pressed. I don't really press anything, but I just take it out of the dryer and I hang it up like normal people do. And so you just don't want to have a wrinkled, you know, disheveled look to yourself. I try to apply makeup the best that I can. I try to do my hair the best that I can. Of course, there's people that are haters out there that are constantly going to be targeting you. And that's the thing you need to understand. Okay. Very, very important is that when you do a YouTube channel, and this is the part that most people are afraid of. This is why most people don't start YouTube channels or put themselves out in any way, whether it's writing a book or anything like that. And it's because they're afraid of the haters. You can't be afraid of the haters, folks. I mean, they're always going to be there. And the bigger you become, the more you put yourself out there, they're going to criticize you even more. And here's why. They're usually people of low self-esteem. They're armchair warriors. They hide behind a keyboard and they think that they're powerful and awesome and cool because they can belittle somebody else behind their keyboard. And it's easy to pick somebody else apart, but it's harder to lift people up. And so for me, in the beginning, it was hard for me to deal with some of the trolls, and then I started ignoring them, and then now I just laugh at most of them because I think it's hysterically funny, because I'm like, I know where you're coming from psychologically. You feel like you're less than, you feel like you have no self-esteem, and you feel like you need to bully somebody else to prop yourself up. And so now that I understand the psychology behind the bullying and the trolling, it doesn't bother me as much. But you have to understand that this is the most important part that Noelle didn't teach me, is that I wasn't prepared for that part of it. And so you have to be prepared for some aspects of that, because no matter what you do when you're putting yourself out there, you're going to have people that they're going to troll you and they're going to bully you. And that's just how it is. You know, there's going to be criticism about how you look. There's going to be criticism about what you're wearing. There's going to be criticism about your audio. There's going to be criticism about your lighting. I think it was last summer I got really, really tan, and there was people that were criticizing me about how tan I looked. I mean, that's how people are. Welcome to the world of people, right? And so you have to understand, you have to have a thicker skin and understand that you have to be able to laugh it off, because otherwise you're not going to make it very far in this business. So let's talk about you building your channel. So let's just talk about you starting your channel from scratch, okay? Let's just pretend like you either have a small channel already, maybe you have a few hundred or a few thousand subscribers, maybe you have none, maybe you haven't even started your channel yet. So what do you do first? Well, first and foremost, you need to figure out something that you can teach people to do. So if you haven't done anything yet, then you don't have anything to teach anybody, right? So it's crazy what people will watch. I was trying to get my brother, he can actually take apart cars. He takes apart cars every single day. That's what he does as his job. He works in a junkyard in Arizona, and he takes apart 1 to 2 cars a day, just basically completely dismantles them. And so they were having a hard time keeping help over there, and he was thinking about quitting his job or going to a different junkyard. He really likes what he does, believe it or not. I don't know why. But I told him, I'm like, dude, you can start a YouTube channel that would explode if you just simply had a little camera in the corner and you showed kind of this time lapse of you taking apart a car. Believe it or not, people would watch that stuff. People watch everything. If you're into BMX biking, do a channel about that. If you're into croquet, do a channel about that. If you're interested in CrossFit, do a channel about that. If you want to do a weight loss channel, do a channel on that. You want to do a channel on something that you know that you could teach people that you're interested in, okay? Because if you don't have an interest in it long term, it's going to be a slog to be able to get through video after video. Because remember, in the beginning, you're going to want to maybe do, you don't have to batch the videos, but you have to do about 2 videos a week to start to gain traction, maybe 3, okay? And that doesn't include shorts. I typically like to do 3 full videos, and then I also like to do at least 2 short videos per week. And so You need to decide on what subject or topic you can talk about that you're really passionate about, that you can help other people with, or maybe not. Maybe like my brother's suggestion that I have for him, just showing time-lapse videos of taking apart cars all day. And trust me, people will watch that. Sometimes I find myself watching this dude that goes, I don't know if you've seen his channel before, but he'll go door to door and figure out, like, people that have a house that has overgrown weeds and grass and everything. He'll go door to door to these people and just say, hey, do you mind if I clean up your yard for free? I just want to film what I'm doing. And he will literally go there with a camera and he will do their whole yard for free. He will, cut the lawn, cut trees back, pick stuff up that's, debris and so forth. And he does it all for free just to be able to have a YouTube channel and people watch it. I've watched his videos before. I have zero interest in landscaping. I have no interest in mowing any lawns. I hire people to do that. But there's something really relaxing about watching this dude mow a lawn all day. I don't know. He's not teaching me anything. So it just goes to show you that you don't have to really necessarily be teaching people stuff. You can be doing something that you're already doing all day, maybe for your business or maybe for your job or career, and just start filming it and putting it up there. But like I said, you have to be prepared for the trolls because they're going to be everywhere, and you just have to let it roll off your back, right? And so what are you interested in? What do you have to offer to people? Is there any kind of training, learning, something that you know a lot about that you can talk about, that you have a passion or interest in? Because again, you have to do about 2 to 3 of these videos a week for a long time before you start really gaining massive traction. So what Noelle told me is that the box that's below this video, so whenever I say, hey, check out the box below the video, right underneath there's a description box. That's what she used to refer to as her money box. And so that's where she's got all of her links for her courses, for upcoming webinars, for other things that she's teaching, training, making money off of. And so if you do have something that you can offer to people that's beneficial to them, especially when it comes to making money or maybe changing careers or learning a new craft or field, or it could literally be teaching people how to sew and giving them some kind of resource, or maybe giving them some kind of online training to learn how to sew parachutes or whatever. That's probably not a good idea, but maybe, who knows. Some people will sign up for your parachute mentorship group, parachute sewing masterclass. And you can sell these masterclasses of stuff that you know that you're the best in your field at. And it doesn't matter how niched out it is, your YouTube videos will attract the people that are really interested in what you're doing. Then they're going to look down in the description box, especially if you make mention to the stuff in the description box down below. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but I do that a lot, especially when it comes to my free letters and so forth that I have to offer to you, the free resources that I have, including my free group at school.com/Monica Main. That's something, by the way, Noelle did not teach me. I learned that on my own. But because I've worked under Dan Kennedy for many years, he's a master marketer, and I was part of his titanium group for years, which was also like a lot of money every year. It was like 30-something thousand a year. And he teaches people that you need to control your herd. Now, I always hated how he disrespected his customers or his clients by calling them herd, like they're cattle or something. But the point is, forget about the herd part. The point is, what he was saying is, you don't want all of your customers or your prospects or your students to be on somebody else's platform. You want to be able to get them off that platform and into your own, I guess, world, okay? So that's why I decided to start my school.com/Monica Main group. It's a free group you can come into, and there's about 10,000 of you right now. And you can fraternize with like-minded individuals, get a lot of free trainings, free classes, free webinars, free book downloads, all kinds of stuff when you're part of my free group. And then that way I can converse with you directly, because there's nothing that I enjoy more other than doing these videos than having a conversation with some of you and trying to help you guys, because I know a lot of you need help, with different things. And so that brings me joy. Now, if something like that does not bring you joy, then you probably don't want to do that. But I urge you to think about that, because there was this one YouTuber, I can't remember what her name was, but I remember watching her video probably about 2 months ago. And she was talking about how YouTube just all of a sudden decided like this to start removing her videos left and right. Now, mind you, this chick had like around 1 million subscribers, and all of a sudden they started to remove all of her videos. And so when it was a day late and a dollar short, she all of a sudden decided to start a school platform to get people in to come in for free. And I was thinking to myself, I thought of that a long time ago, and you should have probably had that school group for free in the very beginning when you were building up to that 1 million subscribers, rather than trying to do it at 1 million subscribers. It's like a day late and a dollar short, lady. But at some point you got to learn. And so she now has people go into her free school group because YouTube is starting to, for some reason, take her videos down. I don't know why. So you want to have something like that. What is it that you can offer people that can give them something of great value, that you can get them to come into your world? So then that way you have their email list. You have an email list that you're building. You have your free maybe school platform or something that's equivalent. Some way that you can have people come into your world, so then that way you can continue to converse with them, can continue to fraternize with your own people, continue to build your own community. So that's one thing that Noelle didn't teach me. That was something I learned on my own. Now back to Noelle and her highly successful YouTube channel. So when she first got up, this is going to be mind-blowing to you guys. When she first got up to talk about how successful her YouTube video channel was. I don't know why I keep talking about YouTube video channel, like everybody knows it's YouTube channel, but whatever. So she stood on stage during one of the days of the inner circle meetings that we had, and she talked about how she was making $500,000 a year on YouTube alone, not including all the courses and stuff she was selling in her money box, which is the description box, which is below the videos here. And I was just like, what? $500,000 a year just from AdSense from YouTube? I'm like, that's crazy. That's unheard of. And I mean, she was at 250,000 subs at that time. She's at 1 million now or thereabouts. And so I can only imagine she's probably raking in about $1 million a year just from YouTube AdSense alone, not including all of her course sales and stuff that she has in her money box below. And so you need to understand that if you want to set this business up and you want to do it seriously and you want to make a lot of money doing it, it's good to set it up properly, okay? So you saw the video I shared with you that Noelle shared, which basically talks about how to do the layout of every video. Every video, she said, should be about 15 to 20 minutes long. And I remember I told you, you have the right to break your own rules. Many of my videos are not 15 to 20 minutes. I have a few here and there that are 15 to 20 minutes, but most of them are well over 20 minutes. Because when I want something to come across as being something that valuable that I want to share with you, I don't want to just cut it down to 20 minutes. I want to make sure that you have all the information. And so again, another rule that I broke. But then you can see that there's people out there that have millions of subscribers out there who do videos that are 45 minutes, an hour, sometimes longer. So that's clearly not a hard, fast rule. Then there's rules about lighting. There's rules about audio. There's rules about everything. Video editing, whether you should have a third party do it or not. She has somebody in the Philippines do all of her video editing. I do not. I like to edit my own stuff, okay? Now, every once in a while, I'll have somebody help me, but I like that. I came from a film background. Years ago, my biggest goal was to be able to go to film school. And so for me, I enjoy that part of it, okay? Not going to be probably forever, but I like that part. So I use a software called Power Director. And by the way, I'm in the market of being able to get a different software altogether. So if you guys have any software recommendations for me, put it down below in the comments right now, because I'm thinking about changing out of Power Director into a different kind of editing software. This is, of course, before I decide to maybe use a third party. The problem I have with potentially using people in the Philippines is that if I want to have different words here and there on the screen, are they going to spell it right? I don't know. And I don't trust other people doing stuff. I'm just kind of a control freak like that. But you can use a third party in a place like the Philippines, maybe finding somebody on Fiverr.com, for example, to do some really cheap video editing for you. The other problem I have with using an outside source is that the lead time is a long time. So if you're batching 20 videos at a time, it's fine to have somebody else do all the editing for the videos for you. But what if you're doing it piecemeal like I am, where I'm doing them one every day or one every other day? and then the lead time of having it edited out was going to be 3 to 5 days of video. I like fly by the seat of my pants. I want that video like now to be able to post and upload right now, especially if the information is really relevant, if it's hot information, if it's something I want everybody to know like yesterday. I don't want to be waiting on somebody to edit my videos for me. But again, that does not have to be you. You can use somebody in the Philippines, you could use somebody on Fiverr, or you can edit it yourself. It's completely up to you. There's a lot of software out there, a lot of AI-based software that I'm looking into right now that could potentially edit all the videos for you without you doing much of anything and not knowing a lot about tech or software. So there's a lot of stuff that makes this so easy. So that's what she talked about as far as the editing part. Of course, getting really good lights. I took this $500 course on this one guy. Can't remember the name of the dude. The name of the course was called like Studio Creator, I think, or something. And he talked about like doing backdrops and how to do a studio, how to set it all up. Of course, I broke every rule that he had. I don't really do the studio the way he teaches. If you take a look at your top performers on YouTube, they don't do any of the studio stuff that this dude teaches in a $500 course. So there really are no hard, fast rules, right? So my recommendation to you, and this is what Noelle taught me to do, and that is to look at some of the top people that are doing YouTube videos, kind of like on the topics and subject matters that you want to do, and you kind of take a look at what they're doing. What does their backdrop look like? What does their studio look like? What kind of, cadence does their video have? How many minutes are their videos on average? Do they have that beginning thing like I do at the very beginning of my videos that Noelle taught me to do, or not? What kind of hot button topics do they talk about? What do their description boxes look like? If I was starting this whole journey over again from scratch, what I would do is I would focus on people that were doing really well in YouTube, talking about the same kinds of subjects and topics that I want to talk about. And I would check out what their backgrounds look like, what their videos look like, what their lighting looks like, what their, what the cadence of their video is. I would be looking at all that, what kind of courses they're teaching, what kind of stuff they have in their description box. Do they have a Shopify store attached? And are they selling books underneath their videos or not? Like, that's the type of stuff I would be looking at. What kind of offers do they have in their videos when they're teaching or showing people about different free options that they have or free bonuses? How are they delivering that in the video? What are they talking about when they're selling stuff in their video? Like, how does that whole thing work? And that's what I would do is, if I were you wanting to start a YouTube channel that's profitable, that is going to take off, you're going to have to start looking at people that have a YouTube channel that has a lot of subscribers, that gets millions of views, that is of a topic that you want to talk about, and see how they're doing it. That's it. Reverse engineer what's already successful. Don't waste a bunch of money on YouTube courses out there like I did, 15 grand for the channel jumpstart thing, which was a total waste of money. I wish I can get that back. Don't be wasting all this money on people that are teaching you how to set up a studio and all this other stuff. There are free YouTube videos out there, believe it or not, that talk about how to set up your YouTube studio. You don't need to spend money learning how to do all this when it's all for free here on YouTube. So that's what I learned from Noelle. And like I said, she was making $500,000 a year just from the YouTube AdSense revenue, not including the millions of dollars a year she was making from the courses she was selling. So you need to start thinking about, one, what can I talk about that's popular, that I can help a lot of people with? Two, what is so interesting about this topic that will motivate me to keep talking about it every single week? And three, what other supporting courses, mentorship groups, products, etc. can I sell to people in my money box down below, which is the description box? What else can I sell people that want additional support? And so you need to start thinking about those three things. And by having those three things, you'll be able to put together a very successful YouTube channel. Now, one of the things she told me, which is really important, is don't actually focus on subscriber count. I was like pushing you guys, saying, if I get my goal of subscribers, I'm going to, drop this video for you. And in reality, that's actually wrong. She's like, what you want to focus on is views. Okay, views is where the money's at. Not only with Google AdSense, but the amount of people you can bring into your free groups, as well as, the amount of people that see what's in your money box, which is your description box below your video. So you want to focus on views, not necessarily subscribers. She says subscribers, people always think that they want subscribers. In reality, it's not about subscribers, it's about views. So try to find hot button topics, things that mix with current affairs that are going on right now. Anything that you can use with the current political situation, or anything that's really cutting edge as far as an interesting topic to a lot of people that people are seeing on the news. How can you tie that into whatever you're teaching? So these are the types of things. Now, of course, I've, broken that rule as well, because I don't really focus on the media that much. I just try to focus on my message and what I like to teach people, what I like to show people, and what I am best at as far as my level of expertise goes. So then that way I could serve people in the highest, best way that I know how. And so I strongly urge you to come from that standpoint, because if you're trying to do it for clicks and views and this and that, and you're not really interested in serving people, and you're probably not going to make it very far in this business of YouTube. But if you come from a standpoint of what can I tell people to really serve them in some way, and that's the standpoint you're coming from, then you're probably going to do really well with this. You're going to do really well with this YouTube video business. So let's do a recap really quick. Number one, everybody should have a YouTube channel. And the reason being, in my opinion, is because your personality is your currency. With AI taking over, and by the way, I don't really agree with faceless YouTube channels. I mean, if that's what you want, have at it. But pretty much AI is going to be able to develop that on its own, and you're going to lose footing in that business relatively quickly. So your currency is going to be your personality and how people resonate with you, because now more than ever, people are feeling a sense of disconnect from their fellow man and woman, their neighbors and friends and so forth. And so they come to places like YouTube to have that connection with, whether it's the person that's doing the video like me, or whether it's the people that they meet in the community like I have at myschool.com/Monica main group. But they like to have that connection. And so you can't have connection with an AI voiceover on a faceless YouTube channel. Your currency is going to be you and people resonating with you, okay? So that is key here, because now more than ever, Facebook ads are not working. Even YouTube video ads are not working. And so if you can build up a community through your YouTube channel to be able to have your own community off YouTube eventually, then that's where you want to be, and that's what needs to be the intent on doing this. Number two, you have to have some kind of subject matter that you, number one, know a lot about, and number two, you have a passion to keep talking about it, okay? Because you're going to have to churn out a lot of videos, probably 100 or more videos before you start to gain traction on YouTube, and it's got to be something you're really passionate about. And so it has to be something that you want to teach people, something that you want to show people, share with people. But remember, people are going to resonate with you and your personality, and that's how you're going to be able to build a successful channel. Number three, start thinking about the things that you want to do to help further serve people, whether it's a course about something, a mentorship group, some kind of product that they can either download or that you can ship to them, a book that you want to sell. Something, you have to start thinking ahead. You can't just start thinking about, well, let me just build a YouTube channel with 1 million subscribers. Okay, but what's the overall goal? Like, a lot of people don't think about the business part of it. They're thinking about the subscribers and the views and this and that. It's like, okay, well, you have to think about it bigger than that. It's not just about this in the middle, which is the YouTube channel and the content on the YouTube channel. You have to think about the business part of it, and what else you're going to be selling to people, and what else you're going to be able to offer them as a community, and other different free bonuses you can have to help further serve them. It becomes a bigger animal than just having a YouTube channel to get a bunch of subscribers and views. That's very short-sighted, small thinking, and don't think that way, because that's what most people think about when they start their YouTube channel, is how do I get a bunch of subscribers and a bunch of views and a bunch of likes and clicks and this and that. Not what this is about, okay? It's about something bigger. It's about building a business and a community and networking with people that are fans of yours. So there are really no rules. At the end of the day, there are no rules, because your currency is you, your authenticity. Be authentic. Don't be somebody else. Don't try to emulate other people's channels. Yes, you can look at other people's channels for fodder to get ideas and other, maybe ideas of thumbnails or ideas of topics and subject matters of people you admire on YouTube, but don't copy them and don't copy who they are. Don't copy what they represent and the types of personalities they have. You be you. And the people that are meant to resonate with you and fall in love with you as a person, they're going to be there. And the people that don't will kick rocks. And that's what you want. You don't want people around hanging around trolling you and being mean to you. And you don't want that. You want them to fall off and find somebody else that they resonate with. So don't be afraid to be your authentic you, because in that way you're going to create a solid group of people in your network that are basically your friends, because they're awesome people. They like you. They're just like you. They have the same goals and dreams that you have. And they most importantly resonate with you and your authentic self. So be authentic. In the very beginning, I noticed a lot of new YouTubers and they're like trying to be somebody else. And they're all stiff in how they talk, and they're trying to talk like something else. It's like, no, you got to talk like you, like you're having a conversation with somebody over a beer in a bar, like maybe a best friend of yours or something. That's how you need to come across and talk to people, like you're talking to your best friend at a bar or at a coffee house. That's how you need to come across, not try to be all stiff and be somebody else. It's not about the editing of the videos. It's not about all of the razzmatazz and sound effects and all that. Like a lot of people get intimidated about that. That's not what it's about either. It's about you coming across as your authentic self and you offering some powerful suggestions, teachings, and stuff that they really want to learn more about. That's basically what it's about. So again, there really are no rules. There are people that really have long videos. There are people that have short videos. There's people that swear in their videos. There are people that don't swear in their videos. There are people that wear solid color shirts. There are people that don't. There really are no rules about how to do the business except to be your most authentic self. That's the only rule that I basically have for you. So let's talk about you starting your YouTube channel. What are we going to do? Okay, well, get yourself a nice channel thumbnail for the top. I recommend Fiverr.com to find somebody. Look for YouTube channel thumbnail or whatever they call it. And then that way you can have that at the top of your YouTube channel. They'll do a professional job. You don't have to try to angst over to do how to do it, and it'll cost you less than $40 in most cases. So you want to be able to set that up. Have a name for your channel. Is it going to be your name? Is it going to be a business name? Is it going to be something else? Kind of like how Mr. Beast or other people have like a completely different name. That's completely up to you, but you're going to start branding yourself under that name. So you want to think long and hard about what that name is going to be. And then of course have a little thumbnail picture of yourself or a business logo or whatever. Now, again, I don't really recommend faceless YouTube channels. I think they're going to be going to the wayside very, very soon because AI is going to take over. And that's not going to serve you well because your personality and your authentic self will be your currency moving forward. So don't really fall into that. And you're like, well, Monica, I don't want to put myself out there because, I'm a lawyer. And then don't do it then. I actually had a lawyer tell me he didn't want to do a YouTube channel because he's a lawyer. Well, talk about law stuff, There's a ton of lawyers on there that actually have prolific and profitable law firms that also have a YouTube channel. So I think the baseline fear for most people is that they don't want to put themselves out there. They're afraid of the criticism, and you're going to get it. You will get it. People will call you stupid. People will call you incompetent. People will say you're not pronouncing words correctly. They'll say there's too much noise in the background, or I don't like your lighting, or you look too bronze this week, or lay off the bronzer. Or, people say mean stuff. That's just how people are, man. It's like the baseline reason that most people are hesitant about starting a YouTube channel with their face in it, their authentic self in it, is because they're afraid people are going to rip them apart. And they're going to. But on the flip side, for me, I have so many of you. I have thousands of you that are just so freaking awesome. You guys are so amazing that I really revel in the comments and the compliments that I get from you guys and the love that I get from you guys, and it's a lot. So instead of me focusing on the one or two trolls that pop up in my comments section every so often for different videos, I focus on the love that I get from you guys, which is a lot. And I do appreciate that very much. You guys don't realize how much I appreciate the compliments and the comments, the positive comments and so forth. So you're going to get that too. You have to learn to focus on that. Many times psychologically we are more prone to focus on the negative than the positive, and I've retrained my brain to just start focusing on the positive and the people I'm here to serve with the very best information I have, rather than focusing on the one or two trolls that are very insecure with low self-esteem issues. I don't want to focus on them at all because they don't deserve my time or attention, okay? So if the bottom line for you is that you want to do a faceless channel because you don't want to put yourself out there, don't expect your faceless channel to, one, take off like they used to back in the day, or two, to be able to gain a herd of people or a network of people that are amazing and awesome, that are going to really resonate with you and your authentic self, because you're never going to be able to build that. That's never going to be able to be your currency when you have a faceless YouTube channel. So start today. You're going to have to put a lot of videos out there to start gaining traction. In the beginning, not a lot of people are going to be watching. You're going to see that there's a few views here and there. And just keep going, because one of these days, one of those videos is going to pop just like that. And all of a sudden, you're going to go from, 200 views here, 300 views here, 500 views here. And then all of a sudden, one video is going to have like 100,000 views. Okay. And then you'll get another set of videos, 200 views, 300 views, 500 views. And then all of a sudden another video will pop and you'll get like 15 or 20,000 views. And that's how you start to snowball your success, because you'll start to gather all these new people that are interested in you, that are like, this dude's really cool, or this chick's really awesome. I'm going to subscribe to her channel. Some people will not subscribe right away. They'll wait to see 2 or 3 of your videos first before they feel confident and comfortable in subscribing to yet another channel. So you have to keep pumping that content out there. So again, it has to be something you're really interested in. It doesn't have to just be one subject. You can have a variety of different subjects that are kind of the same. Like, for example, the way Noelle and I, we have our channel that's kind of the same. And by the way, I swear I wasn't copying her. I know a lot about personal credit because I've gone through bankruptcy and a lot of other issues that came to credit for my own personal life. So that's how I'm able to share this stuff with you. But also business credit, because I have also personally done that myself for the last couple of decades, really understanding and learning business credit. Also real estate investing, but a specific kind of real estate investing. So I also share that. So that's kind of how Noelle and I are similar. But then she talks about different stuff that I don't talk about. And then I talk about other types of stuff like direct mail marketing that she doesn't talk about at all because she has no experience with it. I also talk about my Amazon publishing stuff, which is something she doesn't talk about because she also has no experience with that. So you can see how we kind of divert past there. But find people that are doing topics and subject matters and see how many other types of genres they cover that kind of make sense and kind of blend together, that aren't like in left field. Like, for example, you'll never catch me doing, a crocheting video, teaching you how to crochet, unless it has something to do with making money on Etsy or something. But even then, I probably wouldn't talk about it because I don't have experience making money on Etsy, So if it doesn't tie in with your core, which for me is credit and money, then you're not going to be doing a video about it. But you'd be surprised at how many different types of things you could talk about that stem off of your core. So you just have to brainstorm to figure those things out. But the best crash course I think I got, the best advice I got from Noelle, is to just look at other people's videos and look at other people's YouTube channels and see what are they doing. This is a guy I like, and he's talking about a subject matter I really care deeply about. So how can I emulate him? He's got 1 million subscribers. What is he doing? What is he not doing? What do I know that he knows? What are some things that maybe he doesn't know that I know that I could share with other people? And by the way, don't worry about the competition. It's like so weird. There's like a ton of different kinds of YouTube channels out there. There's people that read astrology cards. Or tarot cards rather. There's astrologers out there. There's all kinds of people doing all kinds of stuff, and they're making a killing on YouTube. Like all of the astrologers and YouTube people on YouTube are also tarot people as well. I mean, not all of them. There's a couple of them that don't do readings, but a lot of these people that do tarot readings or astrology readings, they're also doing personal one-on-one readings, and they're making a killing doing that. And they use the channel to bring people in, sharing free content, and then they're selling their services of personal consulting, personal tarot readings, personal astrology readings. So think in terms of what can you sell and offer to people who want that extra from you, who really resonate with you, and they want something more from you, or they want that extra, they want to learn something else, they want to get something else from you. You have to think about the total business first. I recommend you take a piece of paper and you figure out what kind of products or services you'd like to sell, and then try to see if you can get down to the core of the types of videos you can offer to attract those types of people that will resonate with you and love your authentic self, that you could ultimately get them to want to join you for other things that you have to offer. And by the way, like I mentioned before, you do have to have something valuable to offer. You do have to know something, you know, to be able to offer it. I know a lot about, obviously, real estate investing, been doing it for decades. Know a lot about direct mail marketing, been doing it for decades. Know a lot about Amazon publishing, been doing it for a long time. So I have a lot to share with people. But if you have nothing to share and you don't know anything, you might have to go learn something first before you start your YouTube channel. That's just the reality. So if you like this content, give me a nice thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel. This is all stuff that you should mention in your YouTube videos. I know other gurus to say don't mention it because people know, duh. They'll know what to like and they'll know to subscribe. Like Dan Kennedy says, always have a CTA or a call to action. So you know what? Nice thumbs up. Give me a nice thumbs up now. Yes? Yes, thank you. And also subscribe to my channel. Start getting into my network of people, 10,000 of you, school.com/Monica Main. And if you have a YouTube channel that you're launching, put it down in the comments section. If you haven't started it yet, start a YouTube channel today and then put it down in the comment section down below. Or if you have a really small channel, when I do my follow-up video, guess what? I'm going to go down back to this video. I'm going to go down into my comment section, and I want to give a shout out to all of you who are starting your YouTube channels. And I'll give you a shout out in my next video about YouTube. And then that way I can help support you the way that you guys so awesomely have supported me in this journey. So thank you so much. One final thing I wanted to mention is that some of you are probably wondering, well, Monica, how long did it take you to get to where you're at now as far as your subscriber base? So I met Noelle, what did I say, 3 years ago at the Inner Circle meeting. And I didn't do anything. I did nothing for a year. And I regret that because I should have started the moment I got back. So the meeting was in November, I want to say, of 2022. And I did nothing for a year. Now, mind you, to give myself grace, I moved across the country the following spring in 2023. So my plate was full, okay? But I was thinking about it. It was churning in the back of my mind. And then it was the fall of 2023 that I actually seriously started my YouTube channel. I had like 1,500 subscribers, and it was people from years before that would subscribe to little videos and seminars that I would do here and there, but 1,500 subscribers is nothing, right? So I went from 1,500 subscribers in, let's see, fall of 2023 to about 15,000 the following year. But I was stuck. I felt like I was stuck, right? Like I felt like I couldn't get past that. And then I just let some of the trolls get the best of me. So I actually posted my last YouTube video December 31st of 2024. And I swore that I was done. I'm like, I'm stuck at 15,000 subs. I can't get past 15,000. I don't need to be dealing with these trolls. My life is already too complex. I'm not going to deal with this crap. And I stopped making videos. Again, another mistake, because I didn't start making videos again until April of 2025. And there was some little voice in the back of my head that said, there's so many people that need what you have. There's so many people that are struggling with credit right now and finances right now. And it's just going to get worse as the economy goes to hell in a handbasket. And you need to be there to help support these people. And I'm like, okay, well, I could just ignore the trolls, and I could just plug ahead. I could just be there for the people that really want me to be there. And the trolls can just, go to somebody else's YouTube channel. They don't have to like what I have. And so I started back up again, and it took some bravery on my part because I was initially apprehensive, but then I got stronger and stronger as time went on. I'm like, screw the trolls. I'm not even here for them. I'm here for the people that really appreciate what I have. I'm here for those who accept my authentic self as I'm putting myself out there and showing you more and more of my personality and my personal life. And those that don't want that or aren't interested, then they can go someplace else. And those of you that are interested in what I have to offer and who I am, you'll stay, right? So I'm doing this for you, okay? And so from April of 2025, I went from 15,000 subs to now, which now I have 100,000. So again, it was just the consistency. One of Noelle's, I think, biggest pieces of advice for me And the most important was the consistency part. You have to be consistent. There's going to be a lot of hard times. There's going to be a lot of times you want to throw in the towel. You're going to be frustrated. You're not getting the views. You're not resonating with people. People are not, subscribing. They're not watching, and you're going to get tired. And as long as you stay on message, you stay on point, you stay authentic, and you keep churning out those videos, you just get better and better and better at it. Then eventually one day it's just going to pop. I mean, I would have never imagined that in April of 2025, I'd be at 15,000 subs where I was stuck for like 6+ months. And then now come to today, I'm at over 100,000. I mean, I would have never thought that. And again, if I wouldn't have waited to drag my ass a year longer after meeting Noel to actually launch my channel, and then taking that break from December 31st to the middle of April, I would probably be a lot further along. But you know what? You learn, you live and learn, and that's it. So you want to be consistent, and you want to talk about the things that you're truly passionate about, that you can share and help other people with. And most importantly, it's your authenticity in yourself, your personality, that's going to resonate with you. So just sit and have a conversation. Like me and you are kind of having a conversation right now, right? We are talking like we're friends at a bar, having a drink or having a coffee someplace and sitting on the beach maybe and just conversing. And if you can let yourself loose like that and kind of relax into it rather than just being stiff, you're going to do fine. You just have to be very consistent, and it's going to be hard in the beginning, and you're not going to get the views, and you're not going to get the likes, and you're not going to get the subscribers. Just keep going with it, and it will do what's called the snowball effect. And one day you'll just have these videos, maybe one video out of every 10 that'll take off, maybe one video out of every 20 that'll take off. It's a numbers game, folks. Just keep turning out those videos, and eventually you will have a channel that you can be proud of. It's just don't do what I didn't do. And that is, I didn't have any of this figured out. I didn't have my school account figured out. I didn't have my whole business plan on how this whole thing's supposed to be figured out. I just was flying by the seat of my pants the whole time, kind of figuring it out on my own. And I kind of wished I would have just had a bigger picture of what the business was supposed to look like, the kinds of courses and stuff I wanted to offer to people that wanted that little bit more. And I just didn't, because I was just more, okay, how can I serve people? What can I offer? What can I share with people? And I didn't really have the whole business thing kind of thought out or figured out. So hopefully you think about that in advance and maybe start putting some of that stuff together as you're building your YouTube channel and as you're starting to plan your video content. So that's what I have for you. I will do a follow-up video to this probably, I don't know, maybe in the next month or two. So make sure in the comments you drop what your YouTube channel handle is, and I will give you guys a shout out. I'll check out your channels and see how far you've come, because there's no better time to start than right now. We can always plan the future. I'll start next week. I'll start next month. I'll start after the holidays. I'll start after my kid graduates high school, whatever. Fill in the blanks. And then all this time goes by and you're wasting time. Don't do that, okay? Start today. Start right now. In the very least, just start your channel right now. Start a handle right now for yourself. Hire somebody on Fiverr to do a little thumbnail for you. Get involved in the business. Start planning your content and start shooting videos. It's not going to be perfect. Like right now, I've tried other cameras and so forth. Right now, I shoot on my iPhone. I get the best iPhone I possibly can every single time they release a new iPhone. Sometimes I get good mics, sometimes I don't. That's an experiment. People will bitch either way. So I just do sometimes ring lights. Sometimes I just do regular lights. It just depends on what I want to use at the time. It doesn't need to be an expensive endeavor. You can probably set everything up, in under $100 on Amazon, not including your phone, obviously. You don't have to make this complicated, okay? And as time goes on, you'll get more and more sophisticated. And as time goes on, you will definitely want to invest in some additional stuff, but don't worry about all that right now, okay? So I wish you luck on your channel journey. I'm here for you. I'm here to support you just like you supported me. This is Monica Main signing off, and I will see you in the next video.